Should I clap? Well, the subject came pretty naturally to us, to me and the scriptwriter Barbara Namerova, because I would say we are surrounded by people who has experience with sexual violence. And, you know, then we found out that it's not only us who has these people around, but it's everybody. When you look at statistics, it's like, in my country, it's every 10th woman. In whole European Union is like, I think, like 3.7 million women per year. It's almost like the population of my country, so it's quite a lot. And in that year when we started to write about it, nobody really spoke about it. And until now, it's pretty a big taboo in Slovakia. Like, some countries didn't do well with Me Too campaign or anything like that. So we thought, yeah, let's talk about it, but let's not say it through like this activism, but let's give people experience. Like, how is it when somebody goes through the experience of sexual violence, and actually what happens after, how it changes you from within, how it changes your identity, your integrity, your personality, because it pretty much does. So this was our decision. Well, yes and no. There is a real Léna, but it's not just one person. It's more people what we know and knew who had experience with rape, and who we got stories from. So it's still fiction based on real people and real situations. So it's not just one person, but more. It wasn't that scientific process. It was more like, you know, we talk to people, but it's not just when we decided to do the movie. It was way before, when you just grow up and you are around people who are coming through this experience. So then you get very much touch on it, and it's not that. Okay, maybe I was not raped ever, but I think every woman has experience with, you know, people creeping on them and different stuff of like harassments and stuff. So you can understand it from within, and also that we are women, we decided to open up this topic, not from outside, but from the inside of the person, inside of the character, and that's why we chose the angle of like her lenses. It was not a decision to denounce it. It was more about, let's show the reality, how it is. And it's also doesn't stand only for like psychiatric or mental health institutions, but for all institutions, including police, including schools, including, you know, everything what people, survivors of rape are meet with or get around with. It's, you know, it's not really easy for them to go through. So yeah, the last stage is going to psychiatric hospital because you have post-traumatic stress syndrome or something, and most of the people doesn't want to talk about it because they are feeling judged, or they are being judged, or nobody believes them. I have one example, what happened last year in my country, that this 10-year-old girl called to Slovak police that she was beaten and raped, and they told her, well, don't make fun from us and goodbye, you know. They took it as a joke, and in the end it was true. So this is actually showing where we are in terms of helping victims of rape and sexual violence. We were trying to target the topics which are critical in my country, but not only in my country, I think, and which are also hidden, that nobody really looked there or talk about it. And I think film is a great medium to do it. Well, I was, because, you know, it's kind of delicate thing, like you have in your script or in a story these kids from psychiatric hospitals, and what, like, do you want to cast people who doesn't have any idea about what is it to be like there? No. So, and also because I'm coming from like documentary background, I'm not really scared of real people, and I think sometimes it's much better. So I decided to mix like actors and non-actors, and like for 3 months I was going through different institutions and foster homes and, you know, psychiatric hospitals and stuff, where I chose kids and I put them together. And then when we shot those scenes, I never really showed them script, but I knew like the actors knew where to go with the situation, but it was a lot of improvisation. And also I want them to bring out the topics they're surrounded with, they're full of. So in the end, it was like kind of last checkup with those kids if what we are doing is true or not. I did pretty big casting, like big auditions. I saw many girls from range of 14 to 30, I would say. And yeah, she was the best. I wouldn't say I was torturing them, but I was like really pushing them, you know, so I will know that it will work, because I knew that if the main actress wouldn't be able to really do it well, as Dominika did in the end, the movie wouldn't be good. Everything really is like hangs on her, and there is a lot of scenes where she doesn't talk, she keeps things for herself, she goes through these inner struggles, and it's really hard to show in a movie. So you need a good actors and a good team and a good cinematographer to show it without talking. Maybe because I was also acting in movies, I like to do preparations, what nobody does these days anymore. And I took my main actors to my cottage, and we stayed there for like a week, and we were, you know, to know each other, to connect, and also to maybe try some scenes, see how it goes, see what I can expect from them, what they can expect from me, do some exercises. And in the end, it paid off really great, because for me, the most essential is to build the trust with actors. So when they trust you and you trust them, it's really easy to work, and even hard scenes like rape can be done great. Even it's paradox to say it, but you know, it's hard to ask I don't know, person you don't know for something intimate and hard and not really comfortable. So the trust is most essential for me. Yes, it's like sad and good in the same time, that, you know, the movie resonated in my country and in many countries where I've been on festivals and stuff, because people have these experiences or know somebody who has this experience, and they feel it's such a topic, it should be open and it should be talked about. But, you know, it's either we talk about it with such hysteria, or you know, we never really, it's really hard to just sit and listen. And maybe that's what movie does. You have to sit and listen, and that's why it opens people a lot. So yeah, I got it was still like on Facebook, I got a lot of messages from people who underwent that experiences and was telling me about it. Looking at Me Too movement is very different from a different country. For example, from my country, Slovakia or Czech Republic, that movement was very much denounced, and nobody really followed that, only like few people, but most of the people were like against it. Or even there is this crazy thing, there is this director, Czech director, as a reaction to the Me Too movement, he made a t-shirt with a Weinstein picture and with the text, Je suis Weinstein. and this is the reaction of my country. So it's like, okay, we're still not there. So I think it's good that people started to talk about it. It's good that people started to listen to it. I think that's very positive for like society, you know, change. But I don't see only positives. I also see negatives when people are too hysterical about it and they start to, you know, make lists of people who ever harassed anybody, and then, you know, you have in the same list person who actually raped many people and is supposed to be in a prison, and the person who just touched somebody on the back, or, you know, and that's, I think that's a very big difference, and it's also good to talk about that. So, you know, it's complicated, but in the core, I think it's good that it's open. Being an actress was more like a hobby for me, or a money-making job, I would say. Like, I never tried to be an actress, but because our film industry is so small, people just pick you for, you know, to act somewhere, and I like it, of course, but it's not my main focus. My main focus is to direct, definitely. I think it depends on a project which asks for the form. For example, I would never do a documentary about rape. It would be too much, or people wouldn't really connect with it. They would judge, and they would feel pity for people in the documentary. But when you make fiction, they can connect with the main character and go through that experience. Could be, but maybe, yeah, I don't know. Because I want to, sometimes a movie is also like a seeking for your own answers. So I like to make movies where I also explore something more than I know. For me, it puts me into a position where I have to really go inside and think about it and have an opinion in the end. I should say I'm from kind of artist family. My mother is an actress. My dad is a director in theater mostly, but he also made some films. And my sister is a musician. So I'm coming from this background, and I don't know. I always loved movies, but I cannot say like I've been a cinephile since I was 5. No, I was watching E.T. and Forrest Gump like anybody else, you know. But then when I was growing up, I started really to love it as a way of how to communicate with the world, as a way of explain myself, because I don't know, like text is not enough for me. I like to work with pictures and the characters and the story. Great, yeah, it's really easy because you have the way of communication can be shortened because you know the person so well that you just do a little bit and she knows what you mean. Well, yes, we are making a new feature with the same team as we did Filthy, and now we are kind of in the beginning, but we already have a script, so we hope to shoot next year. The project is called The Night Siren. It's set in wild Slovak mountains, and it's drama with supernatural elements, and the topic is about discrimination, witchcraft, and yeah, it's hard to talk about it when I'm like full of it and you don't really, you know, you're still like kind of creating it, but I'm really looking forward to make it because it's such a different movie than this one. Well, I think, you know, big dream is to keep making movies. And I can say it's a big dream because nobody has, like, not everybody has a luxury to do it all the time. So I hope it will go good. And I would be able to make more movies and maybe even TV shows. But yeah, because I like to do it. Thank you.